The markets just kicked off the new month of December on an extremely strong foot. The Waves portfolio is on fire. And in this video, I want to share my 3 favorite small cap stocks to hopefully ride some gains into the new year with. My name's Royce Jacob, and welcome to Waves Capital. In front of us is the infographic containing my 3 favorite stocks for December. This includes the name of the company along with the ticker symbol in blue, a short description of what the company does in yellow, and finally, the primary reasons that I'm bullish on this stock over the course of the month in red. Okay, so one by one, we'll go over each of these, read over what the stocks are. You can already see them, C3 AI, RIOT Platforms, and Pagaya. And then after we read over each one individually, we'll jump into the back and take a look at the charts, talk some technicals, and I'll give you guys some of my price targets as we progress through the month. Okay, on top of that, I do also want to share a couple of the specific options positions that have been doing us so well. SoFi and Unity Software are not on the list, but they are honorable mentions. Today alone, on Friday, December 1st, we have multiple call options in the portfolio that are up well over 100% today on those 2 names. So I'll give you guys those. But first, before we jump into the charts, before we talk specifics on these 3 gems, I do want to read over just the beginning of this morning's newsletter, give you guys some of my thoughts on the month ahead, and do a little bit of celebration as well. So we're kicking off the new month of December with a bang. The Russell 2000 Small Cap Index and growth stocks continue to lead the way as we approach the new year. As you know, this is the primary macro trend that we want to see over at Waves Cap. Of course, Waves Capital, pretty much from the beginning, you guys, we've specifically traded hypergrowth stocks, small to mid caps, okay? And even today, that's pretty much what the portfolio almost entirely consists of, okay? If you guys watch my videos, small caps will rule in 2024, then good. If not, you should go check that out. Small caps remain historically undersold, and I do think that there is some mean reversion to that will be coming over the coming months going into the new year, Q1 of 2024. Okay, so good news there. November was fun and all, but I think that December of 2023 could be one for the books. 'Tis the season. The month of giving is here. We got the goodies in the background. The wifey got it all decorated. So the season's here. The season's upon us. I mean, it's the season of giving, and I think the markets will be feeling especially generous this year. Shorter term profits have been locked in. Talking about today, longer term call options have been reinforced and new medium term call positions have been created. In my mind, this was a pretty ideal day of swing trading. I'm feeling extremely confident in the current build of the portfolio, and I'm excited to ride into 2024 with all of you. So let's make the next 30 days ours. Okay? This is the whole portfolio. I'm not the whole portfolio, but this is the options portfolio. Okay, I'm gonna give you guys these top 3. There are about 10 to 15 more underneath these. But top 3, we have C3 AI Inc. $35 call, $12.15 expiration. These have already done us very, very good. But the 2 MVPs of today were actually Unity Software and SoFi. Okay, I'm not going to read these out. You can see them right there. But both these contracts were up, well over 150% actually at the time I'm recording this. Okay, so you guys, we're off to a strong start. If you want to join Waves Capital, if you want to know every other position below this, as well as my crypto portfolio, my common share portfolio as well, then join Waves Capital. You'll also receive the daily newsletters, these trade alerts that I send out every single morning, every trading day during market hours. That is the first link in the description, okay? My complete portfolio and daily newsletter is the product. Again, with that, you will join Waves Capital. You'll receive the daily newsletters, the full breakdown of my portfolio, along with, once again, full access to my options portfolio, which is updated daily for a price of whichever one of these you want to choose. Okay, so I'll let you be the judge there. As always, it's your choice. But if you do choose to join, then welcome to the winning team. And I really look forward to riding into the new year with you guys. If you're already members, share your experience below. Let's celebrate in the comments. And, cheers to what hopefully I expect to be a freaking amazing month. Okay, you guys, again, first link in the description. Appreciate it. If not, no worries. I appreciate you watching this video. C3 AI Inc. is number 1. C3 is a leading enterprise AI software provider for building enterprise scale AI applications. The reason I'm bullish personally on C3 AI as we progress into the new month is strong technicals, and they announce earnings on December 7th. Okay, let's jump to the back here. You can see here earnings is marked by this green vertical line. That is December 7th. C3 AI right now is, start with the bad, move on to the good, currently still below the line of resistance on its longer term descending channel. So you can see here, since mid-June, is really the last high that C3 saw. I mean, obviously there's a high right here creating the line of resistance, but since mid-June, we've been in a pretty consistent longer term downtrend, right? Okay, creating once again that line of resistance. So as you can see here, I have two lines of resistance. One is conservative using 2 touch points. The other one is absolute, bottom being conservative, top being absolute, using only a single candle wick, okay? I typically tend to go by these conservative trend lines because you want to front run the competition. A lot of trading, a lot of technicals is based upon your ability to front run the opponent, okay? Be one step ahead of your opponent. Excuse me. So C3 is quickly approaching this line of absolute resistance, okay? You can see here, we did test this a couple of days ago at the end of November. Right now, I do need to see a break of absolute resistance to get really, really bullish on the stock from a technical perspective. Excuse me again. That being said, you can see here the 4-hour stochastic RSI and 4-hour RSI are looking very bullish. 4-hour Stokes curled up. 4-hour RSI is back above its EMA. And I really do think that we do, at the very least, get a test of, let's get this, of absolute long-term resistance, which is about 7.5 to 8% from here, which would occur during the week ahead, as I expect. I do expect that we rally going into earnings, especially given the overall just momentum behind growth stocks in the markets right now. Okay, so rally into earnings on November 7th. I just talked about this morning in our newsletter earlier, or in the newsletter we just read over. Below this, I explain all my trades and go over the charts and include screenshots of our charts and price targets and whatnot. But I do plan to take some profits once we test this line of absolute resistance, if we do test it prior to earnings. Okay, I'm bullish on earnings. I will be holding contracts through earnings, and I actually even established a new January position this morning on C3 in hopes of an earnings beat. Again, it's always a gamble at the end of the day, but I'm feeling pretty confident that C3 will impress on earnings and the stock will see another wave to the upside. But you have to play it responsibly. Especially if you've made profits already going into an earnings report, take some profits, realize some gains. Even especially if you like double your position at that point, you're pretty much playing for free. You're playing with house money at that point. So I do recommend, if you are trading, especially options on C3, even if you're bullish on earnings, consider taking some profits prior to the report itself. Okay, I know I'll be doing so. Best case scenario, if C3 crushes on earnings, I do think that we could climb to retest this line of broken resistance that has yet to be retested. You can see C3 was in this nice ascending channel over here from, like late June to July. So for like a month, it was in this channel. It has yet to retest the broken support here. I do think that if best comes to best, that will be my target. If we see it by mid-month, that would result in about a 70% climb to over $50. Okay. And that would in fact be a new 2023 high, but that is if C3 really crushes it on earnings. Okay. Number 2, the OG. We know him, we love him. It's RIOT Platforms. Okay. So RIOT Platforms is my favorite Bitcoin mining company, as most of you know. I think Bitcoin is on its way to 40K. That is why I'm bullish on RIOT. Okay. So Bitcoin looking great right now. The market's overall looking pretty damn good. And, when the king climbs, the kingdom follows. RIOT has been in breakout mode. RIOT broke overall resistance just a couple of weeks ago, like 10 days ago now. And since then, we have been in a steady climb as Bitcoin's been climbing as well. Now, RIOT, if you guys watched, man, this had to have happened. I had to have posted this like months ago at this point. But I was talking about a potential massive head and shoulders pattern that I saw potentially playing out for RIOT, okay? So left shoulder here, the head comes up. We come down to the similar, it's pretty much a parallel range. I mean, it's you can see here, it's directly symmetrical as far as this range from about I mean, not directly symmetrical, but mostly symmetrical, from about $10 to $12. We'll just ballpark that. But that does create two symmetrical, mostly symmetrical shoulders. Okay. And as you can see here, we do have the top, like that peak of that other shoulder got some nice, nice tall delts on it. Around April 18th here at about 1380, which was my initial target. You can see even today, we have really perfectly tested the lower end of my initial target range for this opposing shoulder, okay? So this shoulder is a bit elongated right now, okay? You can see it's like this shoulder lasted from about April 11th to about July 11th, so like 3 months. This one, we're going from August 15th to, you know, where we're at in December. So more than 3 months is getting more than extended, and it is not symmetrical anymore. So I'm hoping, I do think, given Bitcoin's momentum, that RIOT does break out from this. It's still possible that we do play out kind of a janky head and shoulders pattern, but you know, my money will always be with the bulls, especially when it comes to RIOT. And I do think that if we can break above 1450 just to play it safe, that I do think that, you know, $17 to retest this line of broken support will be on the horizon as we approach the new year, if Bitcoin continues to rally, of course. Last but not least, Pagaya, my dark horse for 2024. I have one more. If you know it, don't say it in the comments down below. That's only for the newsletter guys. But Pagaya is one of my 2 dark horses for the year of 2024. I will talk about that in you know, my top 3 stocks of 2024 or whatever. You gotta wait for that. But if you're in the portfolio, you definitely know what it is. Pagaya is looking amazing, you guys. Like as I was prepping this video, Pagaya was able to break above. I'm getting ahead of myself. I will cover this, but we just got, because I'm so excited about this, a break of short-term resistance. Pagaya up freaking 15% right now. And I do think that technically we have a pretty clear shot to this line of medium-term resistance on this pretty subtle ascending channel. And again, Pagaya has also broken long-term resistance right here, this red line, which makes me especially bullish, and it's already retested it as new support. So that's out of the way. Very bullish on Pagaya. And ultimately, I'll just read over this part after I finish the TA. I'll keep this quick. Ultimately, I do think that by the new year, or definitely by Q1 of 2024, Pagaya will be sitting at $3 to close my long-time gap target of $3. You know, if best comes to best, this is going to get very sloppy. I do think that Pagaya could climb as high in 2024. This will just be a little teaser, as you know, almost $7 to close the top end of the gap that we saw back in September of 2022, and even as high as 880 to 890 to retest that prior untested low back here. Okay, that's very, very wishful thinking. That's incredibly optimistic, but I'm an optimistic guy, and I'm really excited for what's to come. Let's read over this and call it a day. Pagaya is a fintech company that is utilizing AI and machine learning for credit assessment. Credit levels amongst the U.S. consumer are at all-time highs. Credit card, I mean, I think the average credit card balance is like $5,000 for any individual with a net worth over $100,000. That's crazy. That's insane. I mean, I don't have a chart of it, but if you look at the chart of credit levels or balances on credit cards, I should say, sky high. This is and it's AI. You know, it's just riding that AI hype wave. Pagaya has so much going for it. That's why it's one of my dark horses. And I'm really, really bullish on this stock, as you can tell, going into the year of 2024. Okay, and everything on my watch list right now. That is the video, you guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Please let me know in the comments below. What's your number one? You can give me 3 if you want. You can give me as many as you want. What is your number 1 stock pick for the month of December? And, you know, again, if you've been riding the waves with me, if you kicked off December with a bang at Waves Cap, let's celebrate in the comments. I appreciate you guys watching, and I will catch you next time. Until then, always remember, take action, make waves. Peace.